Hello, hello. How are we all going? I don't exactly know how I want to start the video off today. I've had a lot going on personally, business-wise. A lot of growth, as always. But with a lot of growth comes the backlash, the haters, the people that think you're doing it just for money and material objects, and they got no idea who you are and what you're about and why you actually started business in the first place. But what I want to get at is there's a lot of people that I'm helping along the way, and I know they watch these videos and I really appreciate all the support. So this video is mainly for them. Everyone else, watch, you're helping the algorithm anyway. And it's about the fact that you got to be aware that the more you start growing, especially in Australia, we have that red poppy, tall poppy syndrome, whatever it's called. And if it gets too tall, they cut it off. Everyone's meant to be at the same level. And equality's great. We all want to be working towards it. But if you're not working as hard as the next bloke, why should you get more than me? That's the attitude I take on it. People get things for nothing these days, from the government, from whatever means, and a lot of the situations, who knows what the situation is. But there are people I know of that definitely wrought it. So, and there's a lot of other people that do deserve it. I'm not, don't get me wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, the harder you work, the more you want to push your business. That's your choice, it's your business. No one else gets to dictate how I operate my business, what I charge, how many lawns I do per week, per day, per whatever. I just want to make this channel as a reference point to show what is achievable. And the fact is, I'm nowhere near the potential that I'm going to be able to achieve in the next couple of years. I'm nowhere near the amount of equipment that is going to be required or to acquire to achieve this next stage. I've had to have a hard decision in regards to workers recently, and that'll be coming up in future. But at the end of the day, we need this business to achieve a level of quality that the clients have come to expect. Therefore, my pricing is reflected in that quality charge, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of people that can do this work. I know for a fact there's not a lot of people that can do what we do day in, day out, and for the amount that we do, to the extent that we do. And I want to be that point of reference for people to go, I can do that. I just need this bit of equipment, this little bit. I need a little bit extra pair of hands here to help me with that, whatever it is. Because I'm still learning, still growing, and still finding the best methods, best means for me, best means to achieve what I'm going to achieve. And the fact is, my motivations come from 10 years of doing a job I actually hated, that had to do, wasn't forced into it, but at the same time felt like there wasn't much else of a choice at the time, 10, 11 years ago, whenever it was. And I was plumbing, and I was doing it as a job, as a means to get out of home, to get my first house, to do all the right things that everyone said you're meant to do. You're meant to get the brand new cars, you're meant to do all these things that at the end of the day bring you no real fulfillment. And it's been a long time coming to get to that full circle, but we, for close to 3 years now, we've been on this path of that materialistic side's now nearly completely gone. Of course we like nice things, of course we like looking after our things. We will end up on acreage, but we're getting rentals going first. We're getting all these other investments going first, so then they're working for us, so we don't have to work so bloody hard. That's why I'm working hard now, while I'm fit enough, young enough, motivated enough, and I'm ready to go to this next level, ready to go to this next stage. And whether you think it's too much, working too hard, you're going to burn out. You're only going to burn out if you don't enjoy it. I love this. I do this day in, day out, and not a single day goes by where I don't love it, I don't enjoy it. I do a lot of other handyman stuff, especially over winter. I enjoy that because I still like thinking. Because to be honest, lawn mowing, I don't really have to think that much anymore. Like landscaping, yard maintenance, it all just comes relatively easily because I do enjoy it. But the handyman side of things, if I come to a certain job and it's something I've really got to think about, tests me a little bit, or I just haven't fully got organised for that job to the extent that I wanted to be, it's a learning curve. You've got to learn it, you've got to do it, and next time you do it better. At the end of the day, you see a lot of things, whether it's online, people getting in touch, people commenting online, which is always funny, and people on YouTube mentioning, not even mentioning your name, but you know exactly who they're talking about because you know they've watched your videos. And at the end of the day, it's each to their own. I don't attack anyone based on what they're doing. I show that it can be done better. It can be done to an extent that if they wanted more, they could easily get it. It's just knowing that mindset that you need to have. And I'll keep coming back to it because it is mindset. It's them thinking, limiting beliefs. It can't be done to put this little glass ceiling. I've spoken about that again. I just keep repeating myself on this channel. But anyway, you got to bust through that little ceiling that you've created for yourself and look at the grand scheme of things. They all want similar things to what I'm achieving, but then they want to have a go and have a dig. Oh, you don't want to do that, you want to have a life and you want to do that, but then they want the other side of it. They want the kickback, they want the money, they want the gear, they want all this fun stuff. And most of the time, it is, in this industry, blokes, and most of the time, it's 40, 50, 60-year-old men. They had their time, they did something, they didn't learn quick enough, and now they're trying. Okay, try that again. It's getting very aggressive. Swearing on YouTube's not good. But it is very frustrating when you see these people on there striving for what you're achieving, but yet having a dig at you for doing it, and not wanting you to go any further, or not allowing that easy ride that you shouldn't. No one's going to get an easy ride, especially in this game. But the fact is, the more support you have doing it, the better. And if we can all help one another, because that's the only reason I'm making this channel, is to help other people doing a similar trade or industry. But like I said, my kids, my wife, they're my number one in this world, for whatever I'm doing. At the grand scheme of things, the reason why I've done so much in such a short space of time is I don't take myself too seriously. I have a bit of fun along the way. I'm happy to get in front of this camera and talk. Compared to a few years ago, I would never have done this. But something clicked. You look up there, do a bit of research on just how tiny this entire planet is, then think of yourself and realise where we actually fit in the grand scheme of things. In 100 years, in 200 definitely, no one is ever going to know we're here in what we've been doing in this life. Who cares? Stop waiting for things to come to you. Start making it happen for yourself. Stop bagging others because you haven't got yours yet, because you haven't worked hard enough, or you haven't been smart enough to get an organised system going that you can get up each day and be done by 3 o'clock, and you have a route density that goes bang, 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 bang. You've got to be able to do that. You need to be able to do these things. You need to be just that little bit smarter to become a little bit more organised. It's not an intelligence thing, it's just an organisational thing. Everyone's smart enough to do this. I'm no genius, but this business operates and runs smoothly and efficiently because I put practices in place long before I had workers, long before I had all the good gear that made it quicker. I just worked a lot bloody harder, and now I'm reaping the rewards and saving bulk coin, the amount that I would have saved for 5 years, 10 years working as a plumber, earning good dollars, but again, having higher mortgages, having cars, having all these expenses, taking and eating into that. And now for the business to go forward, we're going to have everything behind us, and until people start seeing the physical materialistic value of things, once we get our acreage, once we get our new cars, once we get all that again, because we'll be able to buy it outright and not have any loans to go towards them, because that's the goal for everything. And like, you want financial freedom in whatever you're doing. I don't care what industry you're in. You want to be able to just set it up in a way that it's making money if you're not at work, hence the workers. You want to have a rental income coming in, hence getting those for when we do get our acreage, it'll pay for the acreage. You know what I mean? You just got to get all these systems in place, and you got to do it while you're fit enough, young enough, strong enough, whatever it is. There's no time limit. If you're motivated enough, there is no age limit. But if you've got that limiting belief, that negative mindset where you're going to just bag everyone all the time, you're going nowhere fast. And who you're going to have going along with you, they're not going to be there for the long run. Now, I've lost friends, I've lost family members. Not as in they've passed away, as in I just no longer speak. Simply based on beliefs for years and years, limiting beliefs, kept you in this box, kept you in this little lane. And I had to break out and it's upset a lot of people, but at the end of the day, in my heart, I'm the happiest I've ever been. My family's the happiest they've ever been. And we're able to raise our kids in a way that there is very little influence other than our own. And we're reaping the rewards of that as well. We have help, of course, from family members, but at the end of the day, this move, this business, this everything was on us. And to make it work, we needed to get it going. We needed to get it going quick. And to get it to this stage, we're super proud of what we've done and what we've achieved, but at the end of the day, I know this is a fraction of what's possible and to where it's heading. It's just about getting the right people that can be trained up quick enough and know what they're doing. After I tell them 3 times, that should be enough. I don't have to say it 20 times, you know what I mean? Like, that's just my little journey that I'm going through at the moment, trying to just build up the employees to keep up with the clientele. But all in all, guys, that's the grand scheme of it. No one's ever going to truly know you, and as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, which I know we definitely are, and I know a lot of the loyal people that comment and follow and ask questions, to me personally, they're in it for the right reasons. They've seen what the real world is like, and they know it can be better. So if you're ready for that change, follow along. I've got plenty more little golden nuggets to drop, but you've got to be a salesperson in this business. I don't care if it's lawn mowing. You've got to be able to sell not only yourself, you've got to be able to sell your service and how you provide it better than the next bloke, the next 100 lawn care people in my area. People now have really started commenting online, recommendations. It's been 2.5 years. They've always done it, but not to this extent, not to this extreme, and not to the level that we're pushing for, because we need this work to go forward. As booked out as we are, literally, it'll be close to 300 clients regular, and then we fit in what we can, as long as they're going to come on and be regular, and then we try and squeeze them into a certain day that suits us. Now I've got people that are going to be waiting 2 weeks before we can get there. They've just come on, they're willing to wait. They've seen our services online, they watch the YouTube channel, they've seen all the Facebook posts, the Instagram posts, seeing that actually big brands like Husqvarna, Skag are reaching out, all these things just starting to happen, and it all helps. It is what it is. It doesn't make me go home and go, look how good I am. Look in the mirror and go, man, you're good. Like, I don't know what people think. It's definitely a confidence thing, and you either got it or you don't. And it's false confidence I'm seeing a lot of people. They talk the talk and they can't walk the walk, and then when you put it out to them, they crack the shits. So all you got to do is stay true to yourself, stay true to your goals and your vision and what you know is possible. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, and just keep pushing, striving for that next best thing in your journey, whatever that may be. Yours could be a completely different dream to what I have, but I can see our future and what it's going to be. Now we just got to get there. Alright, so thanks for watching. Bit of a different video today. Notice this theme of 2021 coming off a lot of backlash, but again, it's been a lot of growth, and it's going to come, it's going to keep coming. I'm happy for it to come. There are a lot of things you go through in life, and you cop a lot of punches, and after a while they don't hurt no more. You need to keep going through and stay focused and make sure that what you're doing day in, day out is 100%, and you can go home, sleep easy at night knowing that you've done a cracker job each and every time, and you answer to no one but yourself and your business and your family. They're included in that, as in your clients. They're like family, because who they are and what they are providing, not only as a business, they're giving us work and everything else. The amount of information I've learned from investors from all walks of life. I'm not going to keep this video going forever, but I'm just saying that there's difference. It doesn't have to be blood to be family. I would and cannot wait when we can have Christmas parties, and literally there'll be 300 of our clients, and we can put on a feed for all of them to say thank you very much. Thank you for what you've done, building our business. We're a local family, local community, we're all helping one another, and it's a revolving circle. That will be the day I know that we've made it. And at the end of the day, once we make it to that level, there's going to be another rung, there's going to be another step to take. The ceiling that I've created, there is none. It's whatever I make it, it's whatever we want to create and with the workers going forward. that's what the end goal is going to be. So stay tuned, bigger things coming, and watch out. See yous, bye. All right, hello. If you stuck around to the end, there's a bit of bonus footage for you. Got the first thoughts on this new Shindawa T262XS, or whatever that means. Torquey engine, 26cc, 2-stroke, maybe, something like that. Anyway, this is the old Husky that I had. I'm just going to borrow, or pinch, the loop handle off it, put it on here, because this is a plastic ordinary one, and I hate these things, so I'll be cutting that off, because you can't just replace it, it's all a part of the mechanism. So I'll just cut this one off again, like I did with the Bushy and the Honda and any other one that's ever had them. Just get in the way when you're loading them on things. Now I've got to pinch this speed feed head as well off this. So this is a genuine one here that come with the unit. But as you can see with the cord, you turn it on, get it going, it's like auto feeding and just spitting out like oodles of cord. So I'm not sure what the exact issue with that is, but I've got a spare speed feeder I can throw on the Husky, which I'll be doing. But anyway, watch away. I'm going to take these handles off and replace them heads. Cheers. Alright, extra bonus footage. Got a deeper socket in this one compared to this, which is needed because this thread goes a lot deeper before you can engage. And the space is there, but it's not enough. Missing by about 5 millimeters. So take these out. Best way I find with these two, get on the other side, the opposite side, and do that rather than trying to force it in there. Not sure why they've designed it that way, but it works. It's a lot easier to get them off. So I'll just pinch this nut out of this one. Bit of a mess here for you to watch, but it is what it is. Play around with that later. What we're after is this nut. Alright, set this up here, hopefully you can see everything. Face this microphone this way so you can hear me. Let's see. Ooh, get out of the bloody picture there, Danny boy. Still in it. Good wide lens for this little camera phone, eh? That'll do, I reckon. So, a couple of things you'll be asking yourself. Why Shindawa? Thought you loved Husky. Well, I do. But again, I'm always searching for that next best thing for our business. Always been a fan of these online, just never really had a dealer that was close enough. They're 20 minutes away still at the moment, but I want to trial it, just want to see. So that's why. So we'll be able to tell after today, and definitely next 2 weeks, take this out. And then swapping this, get rid of the guard, get rid of these things, put the other handle on, and we'll fire it up and see how we go. But I'm wondering, with this spacer, that nut, took a lot to tighten this up. The actual head on the unit, on the trimmer head, the speed feed head was hard to tighten up. It just kept going. You wanted to keep spinning, so you want to make sure it's not going to unwind itself and spit off when you're trimming either. It wouldn't be good, but it feels pretty solid. We'll just see if it spits it out, and it's definitely not the head's fault. It's something to do with this mechanism and that nut spacing. So I'll have to play around, get this on, get the handle, test it, and then I'll be back. Going to get the right tools, and then we'll fix this up. Right, wouldn't you know it, turn the camera off, and it just dropped in. I'll come around this side so you're not looking into the glare. Let's see here if we can see it. Anyway, right in here, it's a little lip, needs to go over the grommet. And then once that clicks into place, you've got to flex the screw very tight, slightly. Love to know the measurements. It looks very similar by eye, but you can definitely see there's a bit of thickness to this one over the Husky. So anyway, we'll fire this up, test it out, make sure this thing doesn't spit cord. Throw that on, then I'll go do next door's lawn. Oi, 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 oi. Where did you live? Right there. That's a bit better. Right. Get to see start off and everything. Safety first. Just a standard Japanese, I noticed, just standard, they're not auto off and on. Just remembering, it's not too hard. Pulling on it, it's usually the reason. I do like how easy it is to get to the bubble. Same with Husky there. A lot of stills and bush ranger like tucked away, and you really got to try and get it in. And you just want easy access for that. Choke's easy. Let's give it a couple. Fired. Fairly balanced. Sorry, can't hear me. Bloody beautiful. Alright, so, probably can't really see, but hopefully you get something. 2 little screws, very solid for the air filter there. 2 stage. It's a very heavy duty looking air filtration. When I undo it, it does take a little bit longer to undo. That's probably the only negative to it. It's a bit longer to get into it. But it's like if you have a Honda residential mower and you got the filaments, the air filtration filaments in it. It's solid like that, and then you got a second foam filter. So pretty good, nice. See how many of them filters stay in there. I tend to take out at least one of them stages. Just find it bogs them down, especially when you're running no guard. But each their own. I've had no dramas with them over the years doing it that way. The mechanic doesn't like me doing it, but that's how I do it. Just find it gives it a bit extra oomph. And yeah, we'll go test this baby out. Put this head on and away we go. Cheers. Righto, just quickly, so you can see I wasn't lying to you about the thickness. These are like, they can do up by hand, which means you can't get any tighter even if you do it up. Because I've done up 2 out of the 4 and it's not biting, it's just able to slide. So back to the drawing board with where I'm going to put that. I'll probably swap it with this one because it looks like, again, a bit of a thicker shaft on this. But otherwise I can just always order another handle because yeah, Bush Ranger doesn't look, sometimes they have like a little rubber sheath in between. Anyway, sort that out, going to mow a lawn. And I just put the normal Husky head back on and got rid of that speed feed because I don't want to deal with that. Kept the parts that I can as spares, and everything else mechanism wise, just I've got plenty of spares anyway. So I don't want to have that headache and have the boys put that on when it doesn't work. So you couldn't see the wink then, I know. Alright, anyone that knows me knows when I want to get something done, I just make sure I get it done then and there. Just wrapped a little bit of this, cut this up, cut a little bit of that off, wrapped around the shaft and tightened up around it. Solid as now and not going nowhere, exactly where you want it. Just cut that off. Happy days. Now I'll go mow. Bye. Righto, super quick. Got to get going to Husqvarna now and bloody pick up the stander. So it went well. Snipper went well. First impressions, easily comparable to that 525 Husqvarna unit. Don't know if you can see it all here. Anyway, evidence that it was used. Just gonna have to get a new spring on this older speed feed. You really got to give it a bang on the ground to get it working. But anyway, got to unload this and get up to the shop and get this stander. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and there'll be more. Bye.